Jesus Christ, now and forever. My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, presented to us today for our reflection is the Gospel according to Matthew chapter 12, verses 1 to 8. Here, what is being told to us is the incident of Jesus and his disciples going through the grain fields, and his disciples plucking out some hairs of the grain, and they started eating. When the Pharisees saw this, they asked Jesus, or rather they reminded him that what his disciples are doing is unlawful. But in justification, or in response, Jesus tells his disciples, or rather he tells the Pharisees, and reminds them that David himself broke the law when he ate the bread in the temple which was reserved only for the priests. This was the showbread. In this way he profaned the Sabbath. And also the priests, they worked too hard on the Sabbath. According to Jesus, they also profaned the Sabbath. And for his argument, he uses the words of Prophet Hosea, chapter 6, verse 6, when he says, I desire mercy and not sacrifice. And this he also used when he was justifying, or he was responding to the Pharisees when they accused him of eating and drinking with the tax collectors and sinners. So what we see here is the problem which the Pharisees have. This problem is of focusing too much on observation of the law. And this observation of the law is not good, or is not doing any good to them, because their hearts are still far from God. So Jesus saw the need of reminding them of the mercy of God, emphasizing that sacrifices are not important, but only the mercy, or the mercy is more important compared to the sacrifices of which they pay too much attention on. So saying that his disciples are guiltless. Well, it is unfortunate that the church today has fallen in the same trap as that of the Pharisees. Jesus reminds us today that mercy or love should be the first law that we observe. We are focusing too much on the law that we forget Jesus himself, who's the author of the law. We focus too much on going to Holy Mass that we forget Jesus, for whom we are going to the Holy Mass. We focus too much on observing the precepts of the church, while forgetting Jesus himself, who's the head of the church. We are observing too much, or we focus too much on the 10 Commandments, and we forget that they presuppose the mercy of God. This is very much evident in our lives as Christians of this day. We focus too much on the law that we lose sight of Jesus Christ, who is the author of the law. We focus too much on the Sabbath and forget the Lord of the Sabbath. My dear brothers and sisters, let us focus on Jesus Christ and the mercy of God. And this mercy of God is also seen in today's first reading. The first reading is taken from the prophet Isaiah, chapter 38. What is laid out in this reading is that Hezekiah is crying to God upon hearing that his days on earth are nearing to an end. He cries to God, reminding him of the works which he has done, how faithful he has been to God, and God hears him and has mercy upon him. and thus he extends the days he has on earth. So we are reminded that God is merciful, and what he desires from us is mercy, not sacrifices. So let us be merciful to our brothers and sisters whom we are journeying with here on earth. Thus, we'll be reflecting the mercy which God himself has shown to us, thus giving it to other people. This will give meaning, and it will shed light in our lives as the people of God. Amen.